Space may be the final frontier, but it's also one of the toughest environments for the human mind. It isn't just about floating around and enjoying the view. Imagine living in a small, closed space for months at a time with the same few people. No fresh air, no privacy, and no escape. And one of the biggest challenges astronauts deal with is isolation. Being away from family, friends, and the comfort of life on Earth for long periods. They miss birthdays, holidays, and all those little everyday moments with loved ones. On top of that, astronauts work in a high-stress environment where every action could be a matter of life and death. This constant pressure adds another layer of emotional strain. Recent research shows that astronauts often experience emotional ups and downs, like mood swings and even sensory deprivation. One key issue: no sunrises or sunsets. On the International Space Station, the day-night cycle happens every 90 minutes. That throws off their circadian rhythms, which is a natural 24-hour cycle of physical, mental, and behavioral changes that occur in the body, making it harder to sleep and regulate emotions. When your brain can't rely on natural light to tell you when it's time to sleep, emotional regulation gets harder. It can lead to stress, fatigue, and even irritability. And then there's the impact of microgravity on the brain. Floating looks fun, but it messes with your body and your mind. Microgravity disrupts sleep patterns, increases stress levels, and can even affect emotional regulation, making astronauts more prone to mood swings. In space, fluids shift in the body, leading to space congestion, which can make astronauts feel stuffy and uncomfortable. For example, NASA astronaut Scott Kelly, who spent almost a year in space, shared how challenging it was to be away from Earth for so long. He talked about the intense feelings of isolation and homesickness, especially on important days like family birthdays or holidays. Some days, he felt completely cut off from everything familiar, which made it even harder to stay emotionally balanced. After all, in space, it's so hard to keep a positive mood when you're exhausted and physically off balance. So, how do astronauts cope with these emotional challenges? They use various strategies to maintain their mental health. Astronauts work out for 2 hours a day, not only to maintain physical health, but also to boost their mood. Physical activity helps regulate emotions and reduce stress, even in space. They also stay connected with loved ones through regular video and voice calls. Talking to family, even from space, can help reduce feelings of isolation and remind them why they're up there in the first place. Astronauts don't face these emotional hurdles without help. They have regular check-ins with psychologists back on Earth, who monitor their mental well-being and offer support when needed. They're also trained in mindfulness techniques, breathing exercises, and stress management to help them stay emotionally balanced in extreme conditions. Astronauts often practice meditation to clear their minds after a long day of work in space, helping to reset their focus. Breathing exercises are particularly important, as controlled breathing can lower stress levels and help them regain a sense of calm in moments of pressure. These techniques are crucial for emotional regulation when far from the comforts of Earth. Astronauts like Chris Hadfield have spoken about the emotional ups and downs of space travel. Hadfield once talked about how strange it felt to miss the beauty of Earth, but at the same time, he found comfort in looking at the planet from space. Meanwhile, Peggy Whitson, who spent over 665 days in space, said that staying connected with Earth through regular video calls helped maintain her emotional well-being. These personal stories provide a glimpse into the mental resilience astronauts need to survive the harsh conditions of space. Space travel is more than just a physical challenge. It's an emotional and psychological journey, too. Isolation, microgravity, and confinement can lead to mood swings, loneliness, and stress. But with the right tools and support, astronauts manage to navigate the mental hurdles of life in space. Space travel tests the limits of both body and mind. If you were an astronaut, how do you think you'd cope with the loneliness or stress? Do you think you'd find comfort in looking at Earth from space, or would the isolation get to you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into life beyond Earth.